on a Mars day with fire and drive. I guess, God who gives me strength for this bullshit. I am your hostess with the mostest, the messenger of God. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. Again, I am your messenger of God, the first child of God reincarnated. I am the Lilith. Today's Tuesday, June 10th. Everybody's going crazy on the internet about the fucking riots in Los Angeles. It's just documenting this. It's current reality for us, but this will be history in no time at all. As of this particular moment, they've deployed Marines and all kinds of shit to stop the riots. And everybody's acting hysterical because the government's getting involved. And I'm confused. I stand here on my little high chair of truth, and I'm very confused. I'm seeing people post all this stuff, how people are unfollowing them because of their standpoint on this, and I'm just wondering, where the fuck do you guys stand on this? What leg do you have to stand on this? I'm not for or against it, and that's it. It's like, I'm not part of this bullshit. I'm trying to make sense of it. Here comes God. Here comes the thunder. The God of thunder. You hear that? It's just rolling through the sky. It's beautiful. Dangerous, but beautiful. Alright, let's just start with the basics. This is where everyone gets so caught up. There's no such thing as a peaceful riot. The two words don't go together. Okay, a peaceful protest, perhaps. Rioting is not the same thing. Okay, protesting that you dislike something, okay, you do that in front of a capitol, you wave your signs, you wave your flags, you scream at people's faces, and you go home. That's what a protest is. You protest. A riot is something completely different. And that's what's going on over there. Alright, what are they rioting about? Because our president has decided to go hunt the people that have violated the Constitution and are living here illegally. And he started in a particular place that's high density. And he went for a particular minority, which is Hispanics, Latinos, and Mexicans in particular. Now, I just want to point out, he didn't just go for them. He's been collecting a whole ton of Venezuelans before they started doing this. They were icing the Venezuelans, and nobody really said shit about that. But then when they went to the Mexicans, then we had a huge problem. Now, I'm confused as to what the problem is. Okay, so here's what I see from out here in my little, childish mind. You know what I mean? I don't see things like you. I'm not connected to the brain waves that you guys are, circulating through this bullshit. I see a bunch of people that broke the rules, and now somebody came in and is enforcing the rules and is making them, in essence, deporting them back to where they came from. And now everybody is rioting because law enforcement is enforcing our laws. So, in essence, the answer to lawbreakers is to break more laws. You stand behind it. Now, this has nothing to do with political parties. I'm saying from a standpoint of, you guys are for it. You're for the fact that any person can come into our country without documentation, is where you're standing on this. Know what you're fighting for. That's what you're fighting for. You're not fighting, they're not just taking random people, guys. They're taking people that broke the rules and came in and have been living here without documentation, and they're returning them back to their said country. And everybody's throwing a fit about this. They're rioting. They're destroying our city because they are saying the government has no right to enforce the rights and laws of our Constitution. I don't understand this. It's like the people that are running around saying free Diddy. You're standing behind a guilty person, and in order to stand behind them, you have to break the rules too. That's how you get this done, is by breaking more rules. So it became, you know what I mean? It went from a protest to riots. And in every history, going back to George Floyd, when the riots started across the world, what did they do? They deployed soldiers. So now everybody's acting like they're a victim of the mess they caused. Yes, you are allowed to be upset about what's happening. No, you are not allowed to take your feelings out on the world that we live in. That's what they're doing out there. They're fighting for what? Sorry, let me take a hit of weed because I'm about to blow some fire. What are they fighting for, bro? Why are people out there acting stupid right now? You think it's unfair? That this is unjust? That this isn't right? It's in our laws, bro. What are you fighting for? Are you fighting our laws? And the way to fight the law is to break more laws. Right? So everybody's acting like, oh, there's only a couple bad seeds out here. The rest of us are peacefully protesting. No, you're not. You're causing chaos and havoc because you don't like the way things are going. You have no right. They have the right to execute said plan. In essence, he's making fun of every president before him that never did this. He's the cleanup crew. And who gave him the power? The Latinos that voted for him? Same like the Republicans that lost their jobs, their government jobs, that voted for him. You wanted him to make a change, you just didn't want that change to affect you. Everybody was okay when it was like, kick the Venezuelans out. But then when they came for the Mexicans, or they come for the fucking, every other race, now we got a problem. You guys get to decide who gets to follow the rules. I'm listening. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm not on it. I follow rules, bro, to a certain degree. And that's what's happening right now. If we didn't have the right and they were breaking our civil rights, then damn right, we're going to burn this shit to the ground. When you take away our rights, guys, these people didn't have a right to our country. You think it's not right? Then why didn't you fight for fucking civil rights a long time ago? To make it right. You can't fight for it now. You can change it going forward, but you can't change what has happened. It's literally set in legislation that this is what it is. This is the protocol. It always has been. We just have a president that's executing it. And I don't know why you're so surprised, because he was trying to build a motherfucking wall around the country last time he was here and kick everyone out before. Why did you think he wouldn't get back to work and do the work better? I just don't get it, bro. You guys are fighting for people that broke the rules. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to show you, and that was my video, is who put the rules. You want to be mad about something, be mad about the rule makers. Don't stand up for the rule breakers. Or did you realize that every single person in this country had no right to this country? And we built those rules to keep our own inside and not let anyone else in, after we had already broke into it ourselves. And now now the ones that, had thought they got away with it are not. They're being sent back home. It's not something we want to see, but it's not something that we can fight. I mean, you can, but what is this going to lead to? You're going to fight our U.S. government that will deploy the military against you. Really, the strongest military. We have the strongest military. We're the strongest nation in all the nations, and you're going to take on our nation under God? Like you're invisible? Sorry. It's all over the place, and I'm just documenting this for time and space, that this is what America did. This is how they act. They're watching us. They're watching us outside of other countries. You know what the difference is? Other countries have different rules. Can you break into other countries and live there illegally? Some. Others? No. We're supposed to be one of those countries you can't. So now they're enforcing what you can and can't do in our country. But people are fighting about that. And they're making it personal, and they're turning against each other. This isn't something to turn against each other about. I don't think anybody fully understands what they're fighting for, is the whole point of it. It's not a peaceful riot. You guys are rioting because you don't like what our government is doing. But is our government breaking the laws, or are you breaking the laws by fighting them? Right? Crazy. I'm just seeing it here, and people are all crazy about it, you know what I mean? Russ posted it, but I seen other celebrities and shit, and all this crazy shit on fucking Facebook and shit. It's like, they're like, you gotta pick a side. There's no side. It's just all wrong. Being on one side or the other does not make you right. None of this is right. And that's why it was mixed out of my cards last night. Half of my reading of all of this was cut up. You're going to watch them. It's just the beginning, where we turn against our own brothers and sisters, and they turn against us. Over what? Beliefs. Beliefs. Yep. That's what the the apple that got you kicked out of the kingdom of God is. Your so-called knowing of what was right and what was wrong. And that's what everyone's using to persecute each other right now. I look back and I think that all of this is wrong. Them stopping, you know what I mean? Like, they're stopping people's lives right now, you know what I mean? Like, the whole thing is they want everything to stop. So they figure if they stop the regular people, they're not stopping the government. They're just trying to, you know, they're irritating the city. Stopping freeways, standing in the middle of the streets, fucking, you know, fucking lighting cars on fire. There's people like me that don't give a fuck, that are just trying to get to work and get home, and you fucking crowd of fucking lunatics are in my fucking way right now, acting like you're gonna fucking change the world and shit. Can you get the fuck out of my fucking face, go to work or something, dude? Seriously, where are all these people, and how come they ain't got no jobs and they can just sit out there on the fucking streets, you know what I mean, all fucking day, every fucking day? It's been going on for days now. Yeah, the government's got to stop this, dude. There's no fucking flow of traffic. People are acting crazy. As he said, they're destroying the fucking city. For what? Out of anger. They're throwing fits. Everybody's throwing a fucking fit. This isn't a peaceful rally of fucking of our rights. I know it's not right, but it doesn't give you the right to go out and act like this. You have no right, and I hate to say it, but neither do they. And that's why he's eliminating them. They had no right to be here. And you have no right to act like this while he does his job. I'm not for this, dude, bro. I'm just for the cleanup, bro. I know what's happening. And what's happening is you guys are really fucking fulfilling the prophecy, being part of the happening. Who's making this a problem? The people? We, the people? And again, I go back to it. Is your fucking prejudice. You choose which ones you want to stand up for. They'd been wiping out the Venezuelans for how long now? But when they got to California, no one got problem. How about fucking Florida? There's hella fucking immigration problem in Florida and Texas. I put those next on the list. Then go hit New York. How many fucking people are living in all of our country? I mean, it's a mass problem that he's trying to handle by the masses, but everybody wants to act like, you know, and that's what it is. You guys accuse them of taking your jobs, of using up your fucking, you accuse them, and now you're going to be like, oh, but those are our people and we need them. You act like that they matter now. Why is it that you only appreciate something once it's gone? And realistically, none of you have any ties to the Latinos that are getting ripped out of their houses right now. You're just sitting there and you want to rally with the people and their feelings because you're in a hurt place too and you want to act angry with them. This isn't helpful. We are hurt. We are angry. Sit there and deal with that logically and try to get to the bottom of it and see what you can actually do to make an impact. But running outside with a bunch of 500 fucking people waving flags and screaming at people isn't going to get anything done. The fact that you even think it is shows how fucking ant like you are. How is it in 2025 that human beings don't know how to make an impact yet and will do something this fucking ancient? Yeah, we're gonna hit the streets and we're going streaking and we're gonna, we're gonna rock the town and we're gonna make them know that we're here. Okay, can we go back to work now? Can life go on? No, we're not done being, no, we're not done till they stop. Are they gonna stop for you? No, they're gonna stop with they're gonna send somebody to deal with you while they continue their work. You're not stopping anything. There's more effective ways to make an impact and make things stop. This isn't going to work. And in actuality, when did it ever? Going back to, Woodstock and shit. Let them pull out the fucking hoses, guys. The fucking bear mace, the smoke. They know how to deal with the crowds that act like this. You're out there acting fucking stupid, bro. You're making us look dumb as a race and dumb as a country. You could have rallied in a much better way. A legality way. A fucking, legislative way. In a united way. Where everybody was on track and we weren't out to destroy our city because we're mad at the government. Don't tell me they're not, bro. They're all over the fucking streets throwing their fucking wrappers, their fucking water bottles, they're screaming and shit and fucking acting like straight hierarchy, dude. And of course, California. And the whole world is watching us. And they're loving it with their popcorn. Look at these stupid fucking Americans tear each other apart. They've been waiting for this. It's absolutely sad. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to tell you that it's not going to make any difference. I always stand to encourage everybody and build you into all possibilities, but there is no possibility that any of this stupid shit is going to change what's coming. You're welcome to throw a fit with the rest of the idiots in our country. But it's going to continue. This is what? We're still in the first year. He's only been here a few months still, bro. He's just getting started. You're not going to be able to stop him. I sit there quiet. It's like, I'm Morgan. I know who wins. And it's not about us as the people that we're not, God's not protecting us. It's that this is the plan. And as I said yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair. But we built this fucking city, dude. We built this fucking kingdom like this. We have to let him expose all of the fucking weakness of our kingdom so we can rebuild it. But us sitting inside tearing it down while he's tearing it down, that's not helpful. I just, I'm not telling you what you can do you can't. You can't stop some things. You have to let them just play their fucking course. You know what I mean? You have to just let it, like, there's preventative care, but when the fucking building's coming down, bro, you just, in essence, you just gotta fucking let it, wait till the fucking, you can't, the fire is gonna burn, bro, until it's all the way, until it's ash. What is it? We were always oppressed by our government. We just didn't know the power behind it until it was being used against us. So little by little, we're learning. We're learning. Can't do anything about it, dude. Not yet. Not yet. Because just like him going in with that pen and paper and changing all our laws, we have to wait until we can change the law. But right now, he is the law. Do you think government's not doing everything they can to get him out? We can't do anything down here, and us fucking with our cities is only going to make it worse. It gives him more power to put more authority over us. Truthfully. So he's going to execute those fucking, you know what I mean, that power he has to the fullest extent. And as he does it, we'll start, you know what I mean? All we can do is take notes. Okay, when he's gone, we realize we got to get rid of all this that he used against us so no other leader can do this again. But we can't stop it while it's happening. We just have to let it happen. But our time will come. That's the cool thing about our government is he won't reign forever, but he's going to sure piss on us real hard. I tried to prepare my people. I knew it nearly a year before it happened that this was coming and how difficult it'll be, and you want to stand on one side or the other, but what you're standing against is our own people, bro. There's nobody else out here. We don't have any foreign enemies right now. We're making enemies of our own people. We're divided. It's not even, it starts as Republican and Democrat, but then it becomes racial. And then it becomes, you know what I mean, against the sexes like he's doing. It's all of it, bro. All those things that, you know, our forefathers put in place so that we could be protected is exactly what's hurting us. We didn't know it, you know what I mean? Like, going back to 9/11, those conveniences of flying were made for, you know, for us. The convenience of flying so simplistically was made for us. Nobody knew that that convenience was going to be the fucking end of our country. You know? And that goes back to that fucking malware that they ran the beginning of the year. They ran this new malware that's supposed to catch viruses. And when they ran it, dude, it unleashed a virus, and then what did we lose? We lost the hotels, the fucking hospitals, the fucking airplanes, and the banks all went down out of a computer system that was made to protect them. You know what I mean? Defaulted and shut them down. We learn from our mistakes. We can only sit here and watch and learn, though, right now. Because we're not fully sure you know what I mean? As I said, they don't know what they're fighting right now. Realistically, when I told you like that, I mean, how simple is it? He has the right to do it. And that's all he was doing, was executing that. ICE. To go pick up all the fucking... He was doing it in his first term. I'll never forget when he did it. It was the most heartbreaking thing. I remember watching it. He did it in Pennsylvania. He hit some like meat packing company in the middle of the day, and all the kids were at school, and the reporters were reporting from the school how devastated the kids were, and there was reporters on site reporting what had happened. And it was like the first time he had ever just ripped families apart like that. I want to say it was like in the beginning of his term, maybe 2016, 2017. We'd seen this before. We're just seeing it in larger scales. Unbelievable larger scales. Dude, there was rumors back then. My kids were coming home from school saying that he was deporting, you know, they were taking all these kids and keeping them in the basement of Walmarts. All these deported kids, all these illegal alien kids and shit. Dude, he's been doing this. He's been about this life. And he's not going to stop with the Mexicans, guys. That's why he put a ban on all those countries and all that shit. He's just getting started. You know what I mean? He's 10 steps ahead. This is just, you know what I mean? Certain times. The bombs go off at certain times. Because too much just at once was, you know, too much. Let's do this and we'll see how it plays out. You see how calm he is about it? Super calm. No, we were expecting this. No, but we know how to handle it. No, I got it. We got this. I know who to call. He's fucking terrifying. I am not a fucking fan of this president and what is going to happen in our country. I'm just trying to protect our people from, you know what I mean? Like, my father's a psychotic Trump supporter, and I said the wrong thing in the car, and, you know, I felt like he was going to rush me. These people are very passionate about, you know, what he's doing from their standpoint, and you don't want these people rushing at you. Russian. Get it? How's it going, Holy Spirit? I'm just trying to protect the people from their own fucking madness. That's not the right, you know, I mean, if we were running a rally and shit, I'd be like, this isn't effective. Let's do something more effective than this. And in essence, let's be stealth. You don't have to be loud. You know what I mean? Where they don't see it coming. And it actually makes an effect where the world knows that this isn't okay. What you're doing right now is nothing new. You're repeating old patterns that never worked. Protesting never worked. It worked for, you know what I mean, Rosa Parks. And that's what it is they learn how to, you know what I mean, put in things into play to protect, you know, to stop those kind of things from replaying. It has to be something massive like that. Do you know what I mean? Where everyone rallies together and not that, you know what I mean, just a, you know what I mean, a rogues, you know, rogue people that are just kind of out causing chaos. It wasn't organized. This isn't an organized protest. These are people rioting. Throwing a fit about what's happening in our country is what a riot is. Why is that okay for people to throw a fit about what's happening in our country? There's always shit happening. It's never okay to throw a fit and go out being destructive and fucking literally low vibrational and demeaning. I'm sure these people, as they're acting all crazy out in the streets, they got to go home to kids and they're going to be all riled up with all that energy and fire and just, you know, they start the whole thing in their homes. Yeah, fuck them white people and fuck Trump and fuck this. And you're just spreading it, dude. As far as you, and that's it. You just want to be heard. You want to scream at the top of your lungs. That's not going to help. You're going to run out of breath. You're going to pass out. You're going to get a fucking headache. The noise that's coming out of your mouth is annoying too. You're screaming the same thing everyone else is. At the top of your lungs. That's not going to help. And this kind of action is only going to fucking get you fucking, you know, rubber bulleted, fucking gassed, or fucking locked up, bro. They can't, it's not, you might be the one person that's peaceful about it, but you're in a very, this is not a peaceful crowd. You're guilty by association. And that's what happened before. It's like you see them over there beating down things and fucking, you know, no, that's not me. You're with them, bro. You're going down too if I catch you. You wanted to sit here and be part of it. You didn't stop them from destroying it. You thought it was cool. Yeah, you didn't get your hands dirty, but you're here part of the crowd. And that's when everyone gets on the internet and they're like, look, I got shot. And what the fuck was you doing there? They're shooting people. Why are they shooting people? To get them off the street, bro. They got to do something. Get off the street. They need, you know what I mean? What about the kids and the mothers and people trying to get to the freaking deli and go to the park and check their mail? They're all over the street acting like lunatics. It's scary. I don't want to pick my kids up from daycare. There's a bunch of, you know what I mean? You got your kids in the back car and here comes the mob. You didn't know you were going to drive into a bunch of fucking peaceful protesters that are banging on your car and giving your kids fucking trauma. And you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They're shutting down freeways and shit. I can't even get home. Come on. This is not, And so if you're going to be with this, if you're going to have to make a statement for my, you know, my ever so reaching fucking celebrities, you say my heart goes out to the communities that are affected, but I do not stand behind the actions that are being taken in Los Angeles right now. And that's what you're losing it, dude. You're not respecting both parties. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. As a songwriter and a writer, and after I watched this, oh my God, this unbelievable email that was circling through work today, it's not what you say, it's not, it's how you say it, bro. And that's it. You don't have to be on sides, but depending on what you're saying, you're really choosing a side. And in essence, if you're choosing the side of, I'm okay with what's happening, I support the riots, then you're not choosing what's right for our country. Because that could happen in our towns too. And what about you when you need to get to the store and there's all these crazy people standing in front of... Have you ever seen a picket line? They do that shit at King Soopers all the time. Get the fuck out of the way, dude. I'm just trying to buy some food. You're just trying to fight the government and you're making it weird for me. You know what I mean? Like, you doing this, I understand that you got to stand out here, but don't harass me because I need to eat. And that's what they're doing out there. They're harassing the city. There's other people that, you know what I mean? It's not that they don't care. It's that they'll lose their fucking job if they don't clock in. They got to get to work, and you guys are acting stupid, bro. Kids got, you know, well, thank God there's no school, but still, life goes on. And that's what everyone's throwing a fit about is change. They don't like what's happening. I don't like it either. But it gives us no right to stand out on the streets screaming and acting like maniacs and supporting anyone that does. You don't need it on their street. It's not okay in LA. It's not okay in any of our towns for people to act like that. Every time they're mad at the government. Oh, the fucking water company and fucking the fucking DEA and the fucking this. Yeah, I said our government. You can't just do that, bro. Stop acting like that. I don't know. Or in other words, just don't be part of it. Don't fuel the fire. If the shit is on fire, don't be part of it. And if you have to, make sure you tread lightly, because you're gonna get burned. I promise you. I promise you, one side or the other is gonna burn your ass, bro. Me, I don't give a shit. Let that all burn. Really? I mean, in essence, I think they're better off. I've said that since the beginning. I said it to the Venezuelans, and I said it to somebody else that was facing possible deportation. I'm like, you're better off going home. That's your family getting you the fuck out of this country before it gets worse. In essence. You ever been to Mexico? It's not the best country, but, you know, they're not going to die there. It's kind of hard to get a job. Same thing as here. You're going to have to start from scratch. Same thing as here. They don't have a government system that supports them. There is a lot of fucking, you know, crime, depending on where you are and what's going on. But, I mean, it's not worth all of this. And shit, as a person that used to watch people illegally walk across that border daily, like watch them talk their way across it, don't stress it. They'll be back. Yeah, they'll catch the bus. They'll be fine. Possibly. I don't know. I'm just trying to bring some peace to it because there's too much chaos. It's just too much. It's not okay. It's not okay, guys. There's more effective ways. You know what I mean? There's more effective ways than destroying, you know what I mean, our towns and our neighborhoods and our families and our friends and our culture and our cities and our institutions. This is never going to work, bro. Those behaviors never did work. You gotta evolve. You gotta evolve. And on this particular level, bro, again, you're fighting our government. Come on, guys. They will use, you know what I mean, military force against their own people. And that's not cool, bro. Then you're really going to feel oppressed. All right, with that being said, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go pull some cards in about 20 minutes. We'll go dig in some bullshit. Later, haters.